Hi everybody, this is Harry. My name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to talk about adhesives and some of the tools we have at Stampin' Up! I didn't want to make it too long, so I'm breaking up tools into two pieces. I'm going to put Harry away for a little while. He can take a nap. The first thing I want to show you is the Pick Me Up tool. It comes with two different heads for the bottom. One is a pick. So those of you who have the piercing tool, or those that do not and want one, best to order it before June 3rd, because this is taking the place of it. This is a little spatula thing where you can lift things up. You know, if you have something glued down that you want to get up, or if you're just trying to take a piece of something off, you can use that. I tend to leave this one in because I do use the pick. The other side is an interesting thing, and I know there's been this type around for a while, is it puts out putty, and it helps with picking up things. Makes it a little bit easier if you've got glue on the back to actually set it down. And that stays covered as well. So when you purchase it, you get these two, the spatula and the pick, and you also get two styluses, one small and one large, and they just twist in. They're as simple as that to change. You also get a refill of the putty, which I think is really cool. And then they do offer this separately so that you can, you know, if you're using the putty a lot, you can get a refill on that. So I'm going to put this away. And I keep mine, of course, in a little tray so I can find them when I come back, going to look for them. We have a multi-purpose liquid glue, which I use all the time. I use it to put down cardstock, and I also make boxes with this. It's strong enough. There's another thing that we use to make boxes, and that's our tear and tape. And I know you've seen this around a lot too. This is 1/4 of an inch, which is often the width that we actually want on a box when we make them. The advantage of this over some of them is it really does tear. You don't need a pair of scissors, and it doesn't lift up half of your cardstock while you're doing it. And of course it's two-sided, which I'll show you in a little bit because I'm going to do something with it. I have a little card here that I'm going to make with the various different things. These are Stampin' Dimensionals. They come in two different sizes. They're all honeycombed because they're 6-sided, but this is the regular one. And then we were so happy when they came out with the mini. We could stop cutting these into little pieces. So this is for your very little things that you want to put on here. This is our snail adhesive. It is dispensable, so that when this gets used up, you actually throw this away and purchase another refill, and then you keep this. And of course the refill is less expensive than buying the whole thing all together. I use this when I want to quickly just put something down, and I might want to lift it up. If you put this on the back of something and just lay it down and don't really press it firmly, you really can pick it up after this. One of the reasons why I like the liquid glue so much is because you do have time to move things around, which is very nice. We have our fine-tipped glue pen. I just pulled this out, so it's going to take me a minute to put it back in. It does keep or put down a very small bit of glue, which you can use on really small, what I call bling. There's different kinds. We have these sequins, and this works very well on it because the sequins have a hole in the middle of it. And sometimes when you put this glue, it comes out the hole. So this works very well as any other of our glues. So I'm going to show you just a little bit using our clear faceted gems, our daisy punch, which will carry over into the new catalog. I'm going to use our Christmas Traditions punch with a sentiment on it, which I seem to have lost. I will find. This is going away, so if you're interested in keeping this or getting this, you need to do it by June 3rd. And on my website at stampmesilly.com, my blog, there will be a link to the catalog where you can purchase these from me. I often do this with this particular one, and I love that, and I'm going to have to come up with one that I'm equally happy with. But I tend to, and here we're going to use our first glue, our liquid glue, and I just put a little strip. This lasts forever, by the way. You use it and use it and use it and use it, and it lasts. So this is just a technique I do often with several of my punches, and that's basically, I'm just picking it up, and because it is movable, that works well. So basically I'm just giving it a little bit of background. It's not complete because there's nothing down here, but it sets it off, and that's a good thing. I'm going to put that aside. So here's the card that I'm making. You can leave this open for quite a while. It's not like this glue where you have to really cover it up quickly. So I am going to go ahead and put this on here, but I'd like it to have a little bit of dimension, which is when you would want to use our foam adhesive strips. It comes with 2 in a pack. I pre-cut mine because the most often time, I mean, there's plenty in here that are not cut, but oftentimes when I'm making a card, I want to do the first layer, which is always 5 1/4, which I'm trying to lift this up here off the backing. Come on, there we go. So I'm kind of out of the camera, and I realize that. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just trying to separate it. So I've already pre-cut this to 5 1/4, which means it will lay down nicely right here. And the nice thing about having a whole strip is you don't have to put a ton of pop dots and that kind of thing. And of course I need a second one for the other side. I'll go ahead and put that down. And then I also have on the other side pre-cut for this here is 5 1/4. This is exactly 4, and the first one is going to be the same fight as I had with the other one. Just need to pull it away from that bottom, and not being able to see makes it more difficult. So yes, you see, we all struggle. So this one, oops, I pulled off the bottom. We'll save that for another time. This one will fit here, and actually I think I realized I should have made it just a bit shorter. So we're gonna have to cut this off, which is fine. I'll take this off right here. Next time I will cut them at 3 3/4 because that's really the inside part of that. So I'll get rid of that. We'll take, well, will this work? Not quite. The purpose of using the strips is because you don't want to be able to see underneath it. So I'll show you what I mean once I peel and put these down. Come on. All right, so that's in the right spot. Now we're just going to take off all of the pieces. Oops. I've seen it done by using a piece of foam, craft foam that you buy in the kids section of Joann's. This is a little better, I think. Now, when you put this on, you want to make sure you're putting it in the right spot. So I'm going to elevate it a little bit so I can hang on to it long enough so I can lay it down where I want it. There we go. All right, so what that does is it elevates it on the side, but it's white, so you can't see through it all the way around. It's got a nice join, but it lifts this, which gives it some dimension over here. So we're going to use some of our other tools. We've used this. I'm going to put this back inside because that's still a good piece that can be used at a later time. Get this out of the way. So I've cut 3 out of our daisy punch. The first one, I don't really want the whole thing attached. I kind of want to keep the leaves free. So I could use this. I could use this. I could use this. I could use this, but I really kind of want it flush, so I'm going to stay away from these right now. I'm going to use my old standby and basically just drop a little bit of glue on here because I do want this one flush. And I'm just going to put that up in the corner and just hold it there for a second. I build boxes with this and it does not take a long time. I'm not going to use it again, so I'm going to put it away. And you can see that there's not a lot of bend in here, but they're off, leaves a little shadow. It actually gives a little bit of depth to the piece. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want this off-centered just a little, not completely because I have another layer. So in other words, I don't want it to fill up all of the other centers because I want to be able to use the pink. So I'm doing this off center a little bit. And I don't really want this one elevated either. So I'm going to show you that you can use this. Well, not with the cover on, you can't. And I'm just going to lay some right in the center. And that just shows you that you can actually use this. It's nice that you have different kinds of glues that you can use and know that it's going to hold. There's nothing worse than giving away a set of cards as a gift and having all of the pieces fall off. That's not nice. This one I'm going to use a dimensional because I do want it to pop off the page. I'm going to put it right in the center. I'm going to pull this off. So now it's sticky. I'm also going to bend these petals a little, which you can do afterwards, but just a little bit. I don't want them to be like absurdly pulled. And then I'm going to center this so that I'm in the middle of the 3. So that takes care of that. So that makes it a nice, it looks like it's blooming right there as we speak. And of course, it's not enough that we have that. I could use dimensionals and that would pop it up even more. There's another sticky thing. These have a rather crude name in the crafting world. People call it something that comes out of your nose, dot. You can use your piercing tool. Whoops, here. I only have 2 left, so. And I'm going to put this on the back, which is a nice, really sticky way. And you can even actually like continue to hold it and place it. It's a way to adhere something without making it stand up a lot like the dimensionals will do. And then just for fun, we're going to add some bling. I need to use all of the adhesives, right? Now this comes with an adhesive, and so you don't really need to use anything else. It will stick. But this would be a place where if it was something without an adhesive, this is where I would use this. I would just put some on there, and then we'll lay it right in the center of that and say, how cute is that? At an angle, I think that's pretty close to clear. And yes, I do keep, I make a little insert and put my different pretties in there. So I'll put that aside. So that pretty much explains how we use most of our things here. And the last thing I'm going to do is put this on. And I do want a dimension, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And 2 is really enough, but because I'm demonstrating them, I'm going to put in more. So there you have it. All right. Here's a trick if you have a hard time taking off these, if you don't have nails. Just dent it and see how it lifts. Then it comes off very easy. This one's already elevated, so oops, I'll take that off. And we'll just click that and take that off. And yes, I know my finger doesn't have nail polish on it. I'm actually going to be out of the office, if you will, for about 10 days. I'm having surgery, which is nothing to worry about, but I wanted these to be able to post on the appropriate day. So there you have it. I think it's a really cute card. We've used all kinds of adhesives and tools. And I really appreciate you being here with me. Please visit my blog at stampmesilly.com. As I said, this punch is going out June 3rd, so if you're interested in that, please go to my website, follow the link, and you'll be taken to the catalog where you can purchase that. The daisy is holding over. I don't know about the gems, so if you're interested in that, you might want to get those as well. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Just another silly Sunday. Thanks. Bye.